Good morning, folks. My name is Curtis Chandler, and I'm president here at PFL. We hope that everyone had a fantastic weekend. The Dow closed lower on Friday of last week and lower 544 points week over week. The S&P 500 closed lower on Friday of last week and lower 124.92 points week over week. NASDAQ closed lower on Friday of last week and was lower 608.24 points week over week. In overnight trading, Dow futures traded lower and are expected to open down 74 points from Friday's close. Oil prices settled lower on Friday of last week and lower week over week. WTI traded lower $1.68 per barrel on Friday of last week to close at $67.02 per barrel, which was down $3.33 per barrel week over week. U.S. commercial crude inventories increased by 2.4 million barrels week over week. U.S. crude inventories are 4% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Total motor gasoline inventories decreased by 4.4 million barrels week over week and are 4% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Distillate fuel inventories decreased by 1.4 million barrels week over week and are 5% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Propane and propylene inventories decreased by 2.1 million barrels week over week and are 9% above the 5-year average for this time of year. Propane prices closed at 81 cents per gallon, up 6 cents per gallon week over week and up 18 cents per gallon year over year. WTI is poised to open up 48 cents per barrel from Friday's close. Total North American rail volumes were up 2.45% in week 46 compared to the same week last year. 6 of AAR's 11 major traffic categories posted year-over-year increases. The most significant decrease came from coal, which was down 18.07%. The most significant increase was from intermodal, which was up 9.5%. North American rig count was down by 8 rigs week over week. U.S. rig count was down by 1 rig week over week and down by 34 rigs year over year. The U.S. currently has 584 active rigs. Canada's rig count was down by 7 rigs week over week, but up by 4 rigs year over year. Canada's overall rig count is 200 active rigs. Overall, year over year, we're down 30 rigs collectively. Folks, we have a few things that we are watching out there for you. We are watching Enbridge Line 5, folks. We have not talked about this one for a while. That is Enbridge Line 5. Remember the pipeline that Governor Whitmer from Michigan desperately wanted to shut down? It seems like the tide has turned in a positive way for Enbridge. Enbridge contentious plan to reroute around a northern Wisconsin tribal reservation moved closer to reality on Thursday of last week after the company won its first round of permits from regulators in Wisconsin. Meanwhile, the battle continues in Michigan. The tribe and environmental groups are not happy. Please see PFL Rail Report for the further details. We have quite a bit to say on this one. We are watching North American ports. A lot going on out there, folks. Here in the U.S., our East Coast and Gulf Coast ports are back to the negotiation table, and the deadline to come up with a deal is January 15th, 5 days before President Trump takes office. The key issues remain automation. North of the border, British Columbia port operations resumed following orders from the Canadian federal government after a lockout. But a hearing is scheduled today for noon Eastern. We'll have to see what happens with that one. Also north of the border, we report on the latest and greatest involving the Port of Montreal. The ports are obviously an important outlet for our exports and imports and have a significant impact on rail, not to mention the economy. Please see PFL's Rail Report for further details. We are watching key economic data in this week's report. We talk about the Producer Price Index. Please read PFL's Rail Report for further details. In today's report, we also highlight the latest refinery runs, the latest import and export numbers for all petroleum-related products. Petroleum railcars delivered are up week over week. Please read all about it in today's report. Also, in every weekly report is the latest and greatest on what cars are available for sale, lease or sublease. Please call PFL today for all your rail needs, including storage, leasing, subleasing, car cleaning, repairing, flaring, nitrogen generation, and transloading services. We have crews ready to serve your needs as they arise. Have a great week and be safe out there, and thanks for listening to today's podcast.